Welcome to Wrestling with Snipes. Today, we'll be looking back at Monday Night Raw from December 2nd, 2024. Raw kicks off with the best in the world, CM Punk. He asks, is it good to be alive in Everett, Washington on a Monday night or what? Fresh off of potentially career-ending war games, I know exactly where I'm going. Punk says, I know what the future holds. He gets on the top rope and points at the imaginary WrestleMania sign and says, there's many roads to get there. There's many ways to finish your story. Oh my. The Royal Rumble is right around the corner, then right after that is the Elimination Chamber. And if I need a favor or two, I've got them in the bag. I invite all of you to join me on my journey, and then out comes Seth freaking Rollins. Seth says, I really should have knocked you on your ass the same day you returned to WWE. I regret that every single day. Seeing you standing next to Roman Reigns Saturday, it was clear to me it was time to rectify my mistakes. Seth removes his blazer. There is nothing but air and hatred between us, and tonight is the night I knock CM Punk on his ass. Punk says, 6 months ago you were the WWE Heavyweight Champion and you had something I wanted. Now you got nothing. You've been thinking about me for the last 6 months? I don't think of you at all. Seth then pushes Punk on his ass and a brawl breaks out. And out comes Jey Uso and Sami Uso to break it up. They get in between. Seth says, CM Punk and Jey, you can run right back to Roman. Sami says, hey, I get it, you're angry, but you don't need to take it out on Jey Uso that way. Seth says, I get it. Jay's family, Sami, what's your excuse? Seth tells Sami, we've traveled up and down the roads for the last 20 years, and when you teamed up with Roman, you stabbed me in the back. Sami says, I didn't want CM Punk, I wanted you. I asked you twice and both times you said no. Seth said, I couldn't team with that monster. Sami says, let me remind you, you created that monster when you turned on the Shield 10 years ago. Sami says, you know what? You seem like you want to blow off some steam, so I have no problem meeting you in the ring tonight. Seth says, fine by me. Then we see the Judgment Day in the back. Liv says, Finn, I thought we agreed you were done with Damian Priest. Finn said, we did. That was when Dom was going to take care of it, but poor little Dom couldn't get the job done. So I decided to take care of it myself. Liv, maybe if you would have listened to me, you would have won at War Games. Liv says, I hope you know what you're doing. Finn says, when you listen to Finn, you win, and walks away. The opening contest was a tag team match with Io Sky and Kairi Sane from Damage Control taking on the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Match starts off with Raquel giving a big boot to Kairi Sane. Raquel then tags in Liv and powerbombs Liv onto Kairi. Sane then hits Liv with an enziguri and makes the tag to Io. Io clotheslines Liv, then hits a dropkick followed by a German suplex, and we go to break. Back from break, Io hits a suicide dive to Liv on the outside of the ring, but in the ring, Raquel hits Sane with a big boot followed by the Chingana bomb. 1, 2, 3, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez pick up the victory. Then they attack Io after the match, but out comes Rhea Ripley to make the save. Rhea hits Raquel with a headbutt. Liv escapes outside the ring. Rhea then clotheslines Raquel to the outside. Then Gunther is in the back with Kathy Kelly when Finn Balor and Dom show up and interrupt. Finn says, I think you owe me a title shot. Gunther says, I don't owe you anything. I didn't ask for your help and I didn't want your help. Gunther looks at Dom and says, hey, you beat Priest unlike Finn, and as the World Heavyweight Champion, I have some pull around here, so I'm gonna go have a talk with Adam Pearce. The next match was a first round match triple threat style in the Intercontinental title tournament. The participants were Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, and Katana Chance. Dakota hits a dropkick on Baszler, then goes for a suicide dive but eats a left from Shayna. Shayna then throws her into the announce table. We come back from break and Dakota hits a big boot on Baszler. Chance then hits a Hurricanrana on Dakota, who lands on Baszler from the top. Chance then hits a 450 splash on on Baszler, but before she could go for the pin, Dakota Kai hits a fireman's carry into a kick. 1, 2, 3. Dakota Kai advances in the Intercontinental title tournament. Then we see Adam Pearce in the ring for the 10-year anniversary of the New Day. Then out comes Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Pearce says New Day rocks. Woods says thank you to everyone who joined us on this crazy ride. Kofi says with what happened last week, the New Day going forward, and then he's cut off, and here comes the Langston, Big E. He says, I wish I was here under better circumstances, cause when I say you guys arguing last week hurt me deep in my soul. What we built means a lot to a lot of people, and damn sure means a lot to me. E says, until I'm medically cleared, I'm going to be here every week to cheer you on as your manager. Kofi then says, if you really cared about us, you would have been back a long time ago. Kurt Angle broke his neck, Stone Cold broke his neck, and they came back. Woods says you chose your desk job over us. Woods tells E to get the hell out of the ring. He'll never be cleared and they don't want to deal with him anymore. We'll call you if we need you. Then the Langston exits the ring. The next match was Dirty Dominik Mysterio one-on-one with the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Dom pushes Gunther to start the match. Gunther then lifts Dom up, letting him down over the apron, and Dom slaps Gunther. Then Gunther retaliates with a big boot. On the outside, Gunther goes for a powerbomb, but Dom reverses it into a hurricanrana, sending Gunther into the ring post. Dom then hits a dropkick followed by a suicide dive as we go to break. We come back from break and we see Dom hitting a 619 followed by a frog splash. 1, 2, Gunther kicks out. Both men are back on their feet and Gunther hits a massive boot followed by a powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. The winner, the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Then Finn hits the ring and hits a sling blade followed by a drop kick. Then he goes to the top and hits a coup de grace. Finn looks at Dom and says, watch and learn, kid. Finn then follows up with 2 more coup de grace and holds up the World Heavyweight Championship. Then we cut to the back and we see someone has attacked Jey Uso. Sammy goes up to Pierce, asks him who attacked Jey. Pierce says, I don't know, but who do you think? Sammy says, I'm about to go beat his ass. Then it was time for the main event of the evening with Seth freaking Rollins one-on-one with Sami Zayn. They lock up to start the match and Seth pushes Sami back into the corner. Sami hits Seth with a clothesline followed by a double axe from the top rope. Sami then hits a blue thunder bomb for a 2 count. Sami then hits an exploder suplex into the corner. It's all Sami Zayn all the time so far. Sami then goes for a haluva kick, but Seth hits him with a super kick. They battle to the outside and Seth throws Sami into the ring post. Then Seth throws Sami over the barricade. Rollins rolls into the ring and Sami grabs a chair and gets into the ring. Rollins backs off and Sami says, I know it was you that attacked Jey. Seth says, I didn't do it, you know me, I never attacked Jey. Sami then throws the chair to the outside and he turns around and Rollins rolls up Sami. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins picks up the victory. Seth Rollins leaves. Sami looks very upset in the ring and then he turns around and he gets hit with a Claymore kick. Drew McIntyre is back.